Hi, I'm Trevor, the CEO of the same foundation. The donation we received from Interbase helped us in procuring vital, life-saving medical equipment and PPE for Tygerberg and Groote hospitals in the Western Cape. This was while the Western Cape was the epicenter of the pandemic. If you would like to get in touch or assist us in these projects, you can get hold of us on our website, which is www.samefoundation.org.za, Facebook and Instagram or LinkedIn.
It's time for the first leg of the Pick Six, the big one, the bet that we all want to catch, and hopefully we can get to a decent pool on Saturday the 14th of May. Race number 4 goes off at 1 o'clock at the top of the hour. 1,000 meters is the trip. And before we go through the first leg of the Pick Six, we have a rerun of Slurricane when finishing third on debut, and that was behind Silver Ducat on the Hollywood Bets Polytrack. And we have an interview with Vaughan Marshall and Tony Rivland.
The 4 kgs off the back, King Spear down the middle, Admiral Castile, Slurricane's trying to run on, and Darker's on the inside. Silver Ducat with a length to spare at the 150, and Darker's on the inside, but I'm afraid Silver Ducat does not look for the catching. He's leading them a merry dance. King Spear or Slurricane? I think Slurricane got up second, King Spear third, and probably in Darker fourth. Photo second, third and fourth. Maybe Slurricane in a photo with King Spear, but it's very tight. No doubt about the winner, Silver Ducat.
Yeah, you know, he's a very, very nice horse, but still very, very green, Warren. And, you know, he did surprise me first time out, and I'm hoping that the improvement that he's shown at home comes into the race. There are one or two with a bit of form, but I think he'll be very competitive.
Yeah, Cruz Argentum. Warren, I think he's starting to improve a little. He's had a few issues with the knee, but it's the soundest we've had him. He's moving well. He's got blinkers on. Drawn a little deep, 8 of 9. That's the only problem, but it's not a big field, and I think, funny enough, he could place.
From that Slurricane first run, we saw King Spear, Indaka and Admiral Castile. They all finished second, third and fourth and fifth as well in that lineup. Not too much to separate between all 4 of them, but Graham, perhaps the improvement is with the horse number 4, Slurricane. But before we get to that, I want to touch on number 2, Stevie G. Do you think he's named after the Liverpool legend Steven Gerrard?
Probably. Obviously bred by Jeff Perkins. I have no idea where Jeff Perkins' football allegiances lie, but the name suggests that it lies, well, with Liverpool historically.
Absolutely. Now, touching on number 4, Slurricane, that was a good debut run. And as you mentioned, he only got into the race quite late on in the day. Obviously, a massive draw turnaround now, going over the 1,000 meter trip on the turf, which could suit him nicely.
Well, there were short heads between King Spear, Slurricane and Darker. King Spear's had 17 goes, this will be his 18th. And Darker's had 13 goes, this will be his 14th attempt to get out the maiden. So they're well tried. What you see is what you get with King Spear and Darker. And in particular, Darker has been very frustrating to follow. So with the experience of that first run, which was on the Polytrack, comes back to the turf. There he was drawn 9 of 11, Slurricane. Here he's drawn 4 rather. You would expect, it's reasonable to expect, albeit that he's still showing signs of greenness. We heard there from Vaughan Marshall. He's not the finished article, is Slurricane. But you would expect him to get the better of King Spear, Admiral Castile and Indaka, and get the better of them quite comfortably. So from a Pick Six perspective, I've kind of narrowed it down to 2 horses, possibly 3 if you want to include Volunteer. Might have some scope for improvement, but that's drifted from 8 to 1 to 12 to 1. So the focus for me, I think races 8 and 9 are quite tough, and then there are the 2 features. So I'm happy to go with number 3, Floriana Island, and number 4, Slurricane, as my 2 Pick Six horses here. Floriana Island represents the Paul Matchett stable. He's a very shrewd operator. He picks his spots well. He raids with success, as we saw last weekend. Backed in from 7 to 2 to 18 to 10. Already they haven't stopped backing Floriana Island. Has had a number of goes already. Is well tried. Has had 4 placings from 6 starts. Best run was possibly on the inside track at Turfentine. So maybe the Hollywood Bets Gravel offers an opportunity for a neat draw. He's got the early speed. And while I think that Slurricane will be the better horse ultimately, tomorrow, we record this on Friday, it's quite possible that Floriana Island will have his measure, only because of experience. I still think Slurricane may be better over further than 1,000 metres ultimately.
Floriana Island, likely the horse that's going to go to the front. But I'm just going to include one more horse. Slurricane, Floriana Island, and then number 8, Indaka, who gets the 4 kgs off the back. Now he gets the 4 kgs for the very first time, and with the weight of the additional weight off the back, I think that he could just go to the front from that slightly wide draw and challenge Floriana Island, and it would be good to see who is in the front turning for home. And then obviously number 4, Slurricane, would be doing his best work at the finish. So those would be my top 3 sort of in the first leg of the pick 6. But in terms of the P, I'm happy to bank a number 4, Slurricane.
I think it will certainly reach the top 3 as far as the place accumulator is concerned. Yeah, Indaka does have a 4 kilogram swing for the last run, which we saw the form line there. But, you know, he's had so many chances. But having said that, clearly you can't be surprised if Indaka got it right. So you're quite entitled to include Indaka.
It's not the strongest start to the first leg of the place accumulator. And you heard it from Graham and myself. Floriana Island, the money hasn't stopped. Slurricane, Graham did mention that ultimately could be the better horse. And then number 8, is it? Number 7, rather, Volunteer could be the horse you include, and Indaka as well. But number 3, Floriana Island, and number 4, Slurricane, possibly the 2 that could be right there.
My name is Beston. I live in Cape Town. Also, I do delivery. Interbet helped me to realize my dreams. Now I have my own delivery vehicle, and I'm able to do the removal in and around Cape Town.